Hi guys, in today's episode I just wanted to talk briefly about some anime I've been watching and ask you guys, what have you been watching? Have you discovered any old classics that you've missed before? What sort of modern stuff that's still ongoing have you been watching? I started getting into Knights of Sidonia a little bit, only watched a little bit of that so far. I've been trying to catch up with Fairy Tail on Hulu. It's one I fell way behind with, but I've really been enjoying, and I've been reading the manga as well. Really enjoy Fairy Tail because I feel like it is this perfect blend of action and humor without going too over the top either way, and it has enough serious moments to keep it from being too silly. A great series. I love the premise, I love the action. It sort of has, in a way, a lot of that old DBZ style that is very nostalgic for me, even though it's a newer, ongoing series. And if you've been watching my other videos, you've also seen me pick up a bunch of anime DVDs at Goodwill. I've been really lucky in finding some of those, and I've been watching those. One I picked up was Gilgamesh, 2 volumes of that I got really cheap and in the bargain room at Goodwill, and I'm really enjoying this one. I saw a lot of this years ago when it first came out, kind of refreshing my memory as I'm rewatching these. Really like the dark art style. I really like the mix of a modern sci-fi mystery twist on the old idea of Gilgamesh and how they're able to implement that old mythology into this mysterious story. And in a way, it also even kind of reminds me of Shin Megami Tensei a little bit. Really enjoying it. Definitely one that's not going to be one of my favorite animes, but one that I'm really enjoying revisiting. Speaking of revisiting, I also got 2 really nice limited edition sets of Hellsing Ultimate, and Hellsing is something I have not seen at all since high school, so about at least close to 10 years ago, the last time I saw anything with Hellsing, and really didn't know much about Hellsing Ultimate, something I just kind of skipped, and it's really nice to be able to go back and got sets 1 and 2 right here, so I'm able to start fresh from the beginning and really get into it. And I still think that this is one of the best examples of a very action-packed modern vampire mythos, something that blows away a lot of the more vampire-driven stuff that's come out recently. One that's been a big surprise for me, though, is Blackjack. And this is one I somehow have never heard of, I never knew anything about, even though it's been apparently a very popular anime and manga series for many years, particularly in Japan. The original anime was made by the creator of Astro Boy, and this is the more modern remake, and I'm not sure what his involvement was in this more modern anime, if he was involved at all, or if it was just based off of his first manga series in anime. Really enjoying it so far. Definitely seems like it's probably a darker take on that original stuff, just from what I've looked up after watching these. Really enjoying it. It has a really cool main character in Blackjack, and I never really thought I would get into this medical mystery series in a way. It's something where each episode is a self-contained case that he goes on, and it's just absolutely fascinating. These cases that he tackles are tough to solve in a way. It's not like a typical medical drama. It's something that has this very magical, mysterious quality to it. I'm really enjoying it. He's a fascinating character. Each case has some really great side characters coming in, really fantastic mysteries, and I'm really enjoying just seeing the solutions to these problems and how he deals with them. It's a wonderful series about this genius doctor who doesn't even have a medical license, who is this surgeon for hire who solves these impossible cases that have almost like a little bit of an X-Files factor to them. They're really cool, really interesting. That's a lot of the new stuff I've been getting into, and I've been rewatching a little bit of older stuff too. I recently finished my collection of Dragon Ball Z on DVD, and I've been going back and rewatching some of the episodes I haven't seen in a long time. I have seen a lot of Dragon Ball more recently, rewatching those, and I rewatched a lot of my favorite segments of Dragon Ball Z with Frieza and the Cell games and the Namek saga, going back to the Saiyan saga, but I haven't rewatched the whole thing with the Majin Buu in a very long time. I haven't really watched anything post-Cell games in years, and it's been fun going back and revisiting those episodes with a new perspective, but at the same time, it also reminded me of why that was by far my least segment of Dragon Ball Z as a whole. I feel like that whole last section, anything past the Cell games kind of fell apart, and really it's just not the same quality, but it has its moments. It has individual episodes that are fantastic and individual moments that are up there as being some of the best in the entire series, but as a whole it was pretty bad, better than GT, but not as good as what came out before it. And I just found out that my second favorite anime of all time, one that I have not seen in a very long time, is up on Hulu, and I feel like it's been there for a while, and I've never stumbled upon it, and I've never actually gone out and searched to find out that it's there, and that's Nadia, the Secret of Blue Water, and I'm definitely going to go ahead and watch that, and I'm really interested in that too because I've never seen it without the English dub, and this is not dubbed, just subtitled, so it'll be my first experience hearing it in the original Japanese voices, and I'm really excited to do that, and really excited to revisit something I haven't seen in a very long time. So what have you guys been watching? Have you been revisiting old series from your childhood, living a little bit of a nostalgia kick lately, or have you been focusing on brand new stuff? What have you been watching? And based on some of the stuff that I've been watching, is there anything you would suggest that you've been watching recently that you think I might like?